They just follow whatever Trump said instead of having sincere populist beliefs. Who could have possibly seen this coming? What a big shift coming towards Ukraine among the GOP from 6 months ago. Percentage of people who think Ukraine, we've given Ukraine too much support has dropped dramatically from 47%. Holy Toledo! Let's watch Harry Enton cover the polls.
Yeah, what a big change from where we were at the beginning of the Trump administration. GOP, the U.S. gives too much support to Ukraine. Back in February, the plurality, 47%, said yes. The U.S., in fact, gives too much support to Ukraine. Republicans did not like that. But look at where we are now. Look at this. No takes the cake at 46%. We have had an inverse of the positions. The Republican Party has shifted at least a little bit on Ukraine, and now all of a sudden they don't believe that, in fact, the U.S. gives too much support to Ukraine, which is very much unlike what we saw in February. Rarely do I see poll numbers like this. You read the blogosphere, you read X, you might think that Republicans think that we're way too much in Ukraine's camp, but Republicans at large no longer believe that.
And on the issue that is a big topic of debate, especially early on in the administration, supplying weapons, continued support for Ukraine in that regard, where are they?
Yeah, this is an even bigger shift. I mean, my goodness gracious. U.S. should give Ukraine more arms and military supplies. Look at this again among Republicans. In March, it was just 30%. Hello, we're now up to 51%. The majority of Republicans, and certainly majority of Americans at large, believe that the U.S. should give more arms to Ukraine. So this, to me, is just such an important point as we head into the summit later.
Very confusing presentation. It's not that confusing. Donald Trump says Ukraine bad, Ukraine enemy. Republicans in the base go, Ukraine bad, Ukraine enemy. Donald Trump turns around and says, Vladimir Putin has actually hurt my feelings because we were lovers and now he's actually fucking me over. And then Republicans go, hey, by the way, maybe Ukraine not so bad. Maybe Vladimir Putin kind of bad, at least for the interim. Watch this space. If they actually kiss and make up, for example, and Donald Trump turns around and says, and I mean this sincerely, if Donald Trump came out of that meeting saying, like, we're going to give pieces of Alaska to Russia, the base of support would literally swing for that, okay? They'd be like, oh, my God, he's such a peace lover, dude. He's so fucking goated. I love giving up American land. If that was a Democrat that even remotely suggested something like that, the Republicans would actively try to assassinate that person. Okay, they'd be like, this is a Russian agent. This is an agent of communism. We have to kill them. Okay, that's the attitude. That's it. Donald Trump has tremendous bandwidth for two reasons. He has tremendous bandwidth to do whatever the fuck he wants. One, because he's a Republican, and Republicans own the space of patriotism, and also because they're kind of fucking stupid. I'm sorry to say. Okay, so any Republican has more bandwidth than any average Democrat when dealing with things like this. The other side of the story, of course, is that Donald Trump is a cult leader. He is incredibly telegenic and speaks to a frequency that many Americans can't comprehend. However, Donald Trump supporters love it, okay? That's it. So for those two factors combined, make it so that he can just say and do whatever the fuck he wants, with some exceptions like the Epstein stuff here and there. But with those like exceptions, whatever he does, whatever he says goes, whatever he does is great. That's it. Please. Luging into this after a year. If Trump gives Alaska, he'd lose a huge group of supporters up here in Alaska. Alaska is Trump land, but they hate Putin more than they love Trump. I mean, I'm exaggerating. I don't think Donald Trump's going to give up Alaska. I don't know. I mean, I've joked about it, so maybe it will happen because things I keep joking about end up becoming reality for some fucking weird reason. But like, the point is, Trump's base broadly will go wherever he wants them to go to.
Today, Americans and Republicans are much more on the side than they used to be. It is quite the switcheroo from where we were just a few months ago.
It's very true. And what about views of Vladimir Putin?
Yeah, what about views of Vladimir Putin? I mean, this guy is hated across the political spectrum. Unfavorable view of Putin. Look at this. Among all adults, 88%. Among Republicans, 84%. Independents, 88%. Democrats, 93%. You rarely ever find Democrats and Republicans united as much as they are on the issue of Vladimir Putin. The bottom line is they don't trust him and they don't like him.
All right, I'm still just wondering what's happening with the other 10+% here.
10+% believe that we faked the moon landing. So
he's more hated than Netanyahu. American media does really work, huh? Oh, yeah. But it's not just there's a couple different factors here. Okay. The reason why Vladimir Putin is viewed as unfavorable is because he has been a foreign adversary. Like give Israel and Benjamin Netanyahu 20 more fucking years, and maybe the unfavorability ratings would like meet that standard. But you're absolutely correct when you say like it's because it's a foreign adversary. He's the leader of a foreign adversary, whereas Israel, for the longest time and still to this day, is considered a ally, right? And perhaps the most significant ally. So that enmity is not built in. It's like a relatively new phenomena that people don't like the leadership of Israel to begin with. Holy Toledo, 100 big ones from Open Presents. Okay, but basically that's the reason why Putin is so hated, because like it's not. He's the leader of the foreign adversary, a major foreign adversary for a very long time, and not only is he the leader of a major foreign adversary, like this country is, in the eyes of many Americans, in the eyes of the average American, this is communism. This is the place where communism was invented and continued.